LEGO has officially announced the new collectible minifigure Series 28, dropping January 1st next month. And this wave definitely has some opinions written all over it, some absolute hits, and some very questionable choices. Today I'm going to go through every single minifigure individually, rating each one and breaking down what I like, what I don't like, and which ones I think will be instant favorites, or total skips. If you collect LEGO CMFs or want honest takes without the hype, stay tuned because Series 28 has a lot to talk about. Alright, the first minifigure costume is the Koala. And starting with the mask, it's got a brand new mold, and honestly it really looks great. The print is solid and really does resemble a koala. Moving to the face underneath, one side is really just a plain expression and the other side has a sleeping mask printed with a bunch of Z's on it. Now we've seen this in a few city sets, so it's nothing new here. The torso has a nice furry style print, which adds a lot of texture and personality. It also comes with a boomerang accessory, which is really nice and relatively inexpensive way to get that part, since usually it appears in, more expensive sets. There's also a common grass piece. Overall, I really like this one. I think I would rate this a 4 out of 5. Alright, our next minifigure costume is the Dolphin. And right away, it reminds me a lot of the shark suit guy from Series 15. The overall shape feels very similar, the color is extremely close, and I'm almost positive the torso printing is identical, which makes it feel more reused than new. That said, it does have a new dolphin mask, which is very nice, and the tail extension runs all the way down to the back. Looking at the face underneath, on one side, we have a standard smiling face, and on the other side, we have some weird looking sunglasses. Does not feel like it fits the character really at all, and honestly, the only thing I can think of is this right here. For the accessories, it comes with a clamshell and a jewel, which are both pretty generic pieces, nothing new. For a $5 figure, it's disappointing to see this many reused parts. Also, when I was looking at the new dolphin mask mold, I didn't even see a detail for the blowhole. And from what I've seen, it just feels like a missed opportunity and just adds to how under-detailed this figure feels. Overall, this one comes across as pretty cheap, and I would give this figure probably a 2 out of 5. The next minifigure costume is the monkey. And it comes with a new mask mode like most of the figures in this series, but right off the bat, I really like this one. The mode itself looks great, and the printing on the mask is fantastic with a lot of nice detail. Looking at the head underneath, one side has a tongue sticking out, which is really cute. On the other side, it looks like maybe the character fell out of a tree or got hurt because there's a chipped tooth and a band-aid, which makes this a really unique double-sided head. LEGO did a great job with the facial printing here. The tail piece comes from the Monkey Kids series, so that part isn't new, but it still works well with the costume. The torso and leg printing are new, and they look really well done. The only thing I'm not a big fan of is the accessory here, which is just a generic banana. I would have liked to have seen the newer pilled banana from the Mario series, since those look much nicer and are more up to date. Overall though, this is a really strong figure and one of the better ones in this series. I'm going to give this CMF figure a 4 out of 5. The next minifigure costume is the cat. It does come with a brand new mask mold, and the printing itself looks clean, but honestly I'm just not a fan of this mask. We've had a few cat figures before, and this one just does not really read as a cat to me. It almost looks more like a mouse in some of the pictures I've seen, and it's just not coming through as strong as the others in this series. The torso printing is actually pretty nice with a visible collar and the fur detail on the front of the torso, which I do like. And if we get a look at the headpiece, we can see on one side we have the eyes closed like the cat is sleeping, and the other side has more of a smirking, playful expression, and I think the dual printed face works really well here. I do wish there was some feet printing for the claws, and also notice there's no whisker printing, which feels like a big miss for a cat. The tail is a white recolor of the Rocket Raccoon tail, which is nice to have in that color, and the yarn accessory fits the character even though it's not new. Overall, there's just not a lot going on here, and I feel it's a bit underwhelming, so I'm going to give this CMF figure a 2 out of 5. And after the cat, you kind of have to have a dog, and that brings us to the Dalmatian costume. This one honestly works a lot better for me. The spots printed on the arms and legs are a really nice touch here, and any Marvel fan is probably already thinking about using those parts for their spot figure from the Spider-Verse. The head print is great and has a tongue sticking out like the dog is panting, which adds a lot of personality, and it's just a really great print. The tail is a recolor from the T-Rex tail, but it works really well here. It comes with a frisbee, which is a solid accessory, although I think throwing in maybe a bone would have pushed it even further. Overall, this one feels more complete and more fun than the cat, and I would give this CMF figure a 4 out of 5. Next we have the goldfish costume, and this one is easily my favorite in the entire set. The new molded headpiece works perfect. It's got great printing. The fins on the headpiece extend all the way down the back, which look fantastic. The torso and leg printing are really well done here, and the colors just work so well together. Under the mask we have the headpiece, and we've got the dual-sided printing with both expressions. They just fit the character perfectly. It also comes with a small fish food accessory, which is cute and works great even outside of this figure for mocks and other builds. Overall, the execution here is just excellent. LEGO nailed this one. 5 out of 5. Next we have the Parrot costume, and this is just a really great minifig. Easily one of the better ones in the series. The multicolored printing is really well done here, and the colors look great across the entire figure. The arms are reused from the chicken suit guy, but they've been recolored here and they work really well for this character. The snack box accessory is a nice touch, and even though it's simple, it would be great for all kinds of other mocks. The tail uses cloth pieces similar to the capes, and I'm not really sure how I feel about that just yet. Face printing is excellent with expressions that really match the character. I love the makeup on the facial expressions. Overall, this one is extremely well executed and is easily a top contender for the best figure in this set. I would give this one a 5 out of 5. Next we have the bunny costume, and it comes with a new mask mode and a bent ear, which is a really nice touch. We've had a lot of bunny minifigs in the past, but this one is definitely one of the better ones. The printing on the headpiece looks great, and the torso has a nice simple print. There's even a small bunny tail printed on the back, which is a really nice detail. I do like the egg and the basket accessories, which give off strong Easter vibes. I would have liked to have seen something extra like a paintbrush, but overall it works well for what it is. I would give this one a 3 out of 5. Next up we have the King of the Jungle, which is the lion costume, and this is a really strong figure with a fantastic head mold, and it even comes with a new custom molded tail. The headpiece has a roaring face print, which is a really nice touch. The colors work really well here, and we get the torso printing along with the claw printing on the feet. For the headpiece, we've got a roaring expression that pairs really nicely with the new mask, and on the reverse side, we have a more playful, confident look. The only real downside for me is the accessory, which is just a piece of meat. It is extremely common and feels a bit underwhelming as the only accessory here. I think they could have done something more interesting. That said, the figure itself is excellent, and I would give this one a 5 out of 5. Next up is the frog, and this is easily one of the best figures in the set. Comes with a brand new frog mask mode, and the printing and the colors are excellent here. This might be one of the most detailed figures in the entire series. We've got arm printing, dual leg printing, and even printed toes on the feet. It also includes a bubble blowing facial expression, which is a really nice touch and something you do not see very often on LEGO minifigure faces. It comes with a cute little bottle of bubbles and a bubble wand, which is a really clever idea and something that can be used in a lot of builds outside this set. The bubble wand looks great, and it's just a perfect build. They really nailed it here. This is just a really cute and well executed minifigure, and I would say it's my second favorite in the entire set. I'm giving this one a 5 out of 5. Next up is the Crocodile costume. It comes with a brand new mask piece and a full-length tail with a lot of detail. The facial expressions include a winky face and a more aggressive snarl. I'm not completely in love with the expressions here, but they do fit the character well enough. The torso printing looks great, and it also comes with leg printing, toe details, which is always a nice bonus. One of the standout accessories here is the new life preserver ring coming in 2026, which is a fantastic addition and something that can be used in all kinds of builds. You've also got the rubber ducky accessory, which fits the theme perfectly. Overall, this is a really strong minifigure, and I give it a 5 out of 5. Last but not least, we have the Peacock, and this is a really well executed minifigure. It comes with a brand new Peacock mask piece with excellent printing and a lot of detail. The tail piece is a reprint from the turkey tail, and it looks amazing here with the pattern and shape working perfectly for the peacock. The colors across this figure are absolutely gorgeous, and they really make it stand out. The torso printing looks great, and the arms are a recolor from the chicken suit minifig, which works well here. The dual molded legs almost look like shorts, which makes them incredibly useful for other builds or minifigs like surfers. It also comes with a sunflower piece, which is a nice bonus since that piece is not super common. The only real letdown for me is the facial expressions, which feel a bit generic with a simple smile and smirk. That said, you can tell a lot of effort went into the design, and I really appreciate that. This is easily my third favorite figure in the set, and I give it a 5 out of 5. Overall, I really like the costumes in this series. I know some people feel like costume minifigs are getting a bit overused, but for me they actually work perfectly because I'm planning on making a really big zoo, and a lot of these figures are going to fit right in as mascots walking around different exhibits. That said, I do have to be critical where it matters. There are 5 reused heads in this series, and for a $5 minifig, that is just not acceptable. Now, to be fair, LEGO is obviously getting hit with higher costs right now, whether that is tariffs or material costs, and I do wonder if that is their way of dealing with that. Instead of giving us higher quality figures with more new prints and unique elements, it feels like they may be leaning more towards reused parts to keep costs down, and that is something I really hope does not become the standard going forward. But that is going to do it for this one. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Do you think the costume minifigs are overused, or do you still enjoy them? And what CMF themes or figures are you hoping LEGO does next? If you enjoyed the video, make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.